Hello, fellow people. My name is McKinley, and this is
Abigail.
And today we are going to do reverse tie-dye, or as I say, dye-tie. And
So we're going to do 5 shirts. She's going to do 2 of them. I'm going to do the other 2. And at the very end, we're going to do 1 shirt together. And we're going to see how that ends up.
it's going to be pretty. And we're back. So, we are both doing 2 different techniques because we are 2 pretty much different personalities of people. I am doing the scrunch technique to where I'm going to bleach it and then I will dye it. Abigail's doing...
I'm going to do the tape version to where I'm going to tape it and I'm going to try and make this type of shapes.
At least I'm going to attempt to try to do the scrunch. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to attempt to try. Okay. First of all, I'm going to first damp my t-shirt before I start anything serious, and then I will scrunch it. I bet you may get started.
That's me too. I need damp mine. I forgot. Make sure to always damp your tied shirts so that way they can absorb the tie-dye a lot easier. So,
or this is what people say on the internet.
The internet's always right.
Yeah.
No, it could be wrong.
Okay. Now I'm going
afraid.
Whoa, I didn't get it all the way.
What?
See, make sure you get it all the way. I think you can tell there's
cold.
a decent amount of places I didn't get.
No, with the white shirt, that might be a little harder to do.
That might be true. Die. You're really putting in some effort there, Abigail. Okay, your elbow, like, right in the face.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to squeeze it out all the way. Oh, I'm sweating.
I'm already breaking a sweat. We just started this, and I'm already breaking a sweat.
For the tape tie-dye, make sure to wring out the water really good. Otherwise, the tape will probably not stick on. So,
now the reason why people water it first is so that the dye can absorb it better. But since this is reverse tie-dye, I really don't know how this is going to turn out. And yeah, we're going to try. I'm going to damp this one more time. And then I'm going to attempt to scrunch it. I know my facial reactions are probably really weird, but it doesn't matter to me. Okay. I'm going to set this aside so that you guys can kind of see what we are doing. I'm going to scrunch it. What are you going to do?
I'm going to spread my shirt out over. I have these baking sheets that I'm going to put this over so that way the tie-dye can kind of leak through and not like spread all over. So I can be able to control it a lot easier. What are you doing?
I'm scrunching it.
You sound like you were trying to stab it.
Like die. I'm not dyeing it that way. Okay, now I'm going to put rubber bands. It really doesn't matter a whole lot where you put the rubber bands. It's just make sure that they're on pretty tight, I think. And make sure that it's got a good kind of wrinkle effect to it. People on the internet are like, there's so many different ways to tie-dye. It's very frustrating which one you should do. Very kind of confusing sound. But the more scrunch you have to it, the better I think the effect hopefully will be. Getting kind of intimidating there.
Gosh, it's like a gun.
It does sound like a gun. Don't play with guns, people. Don't give Abigail a gun, please. Scare me half to death. Okay, now I'm going to get out some stuff because this isn't all ready yet. Yeah, I'll just show you. So I'm going to get a rack out, and then I'm going to get something to put underneath the rack so that I can dye it. Dye, or bleach it first, actually. Abigail, tell us what you're doing a little bit. Tell the peoples. Oh wait, can they see us? I think you can see us. Let me check real quick.
And we're back. I am still trying to put the tape on. Sorry. So, now it's a little bit harder to tape it since it's wet, but I'm going to tape it on both sides to make sure it gets that really good staying there. Now since I am doing it with bleach, it's going to get very, very smelly. So we'll just see how this turns out. Okay, whoa! I just barely even opened it and I smell it. Ugh! Kind of smells like a pool. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have a bottle. I wouldn't recommend using a bottle that you use daily or something like that because you don't want to accidentally drink bleach. So I would recommend just getting something cheapy. Yeah, now I'm just going to dye it, drizzle a decent amount on here. The more you get, the more of the effect. So now you can definitely tell why I did the rack. So Abigail, woo! How's your week been? Good. A sticky situation. I have been doing a whole lot of nothing. Busy doing nothing. And now, woo! I can smell that. Yeah, get a whiff of that. All right, now I'm going to flip it because I want it on both sides. But you don't have to. Just be careful of how much your shirt absorbs, I guess. Well, there's a fly. Where'd that come from? Be gone. Bugger. Okay. Whoa! Smells like something died in here. Now we're trying to clean up what we killed. Look. Ugh. That wasn't me. I'm probably adding way too much. But I want it white. I don't want it whatever color. Okay. Now I think I've dyed it, or I'm going to drizzle it just a little bit more. I just wanted to make sure it has a lot of, that I get it enough to where it bleaches. Okay, I am going to put this in a bag of some sort. You could use like a Wal-Mart bag. I'm just using that, a bag of some sort. How in the world did you do that fast? And I'm going to let it soak, I think, let the bleach take effect. Kinley, I have to start over. I can't do this. It's falling apart. I need to use the other shirt. Okay, you can use the other shirt. So we're going to trade out Abigail's shirts real quick because this one is pretty wet. We made a mistake of accidentally dyeing it, so you can just use one. I'm going to use it. I can't sort of back. And with that, we had a little bit of a difficult situation because Abigail's t-shirt wasn't sticky enough, so we're just going to hopefully she'll be able to get on it and go to stick to it. So instead of using a wet t-shirt, I'm going to try the a dry one. The dye might not stick as well, but the tape will at least. So yeah, as I said, I'm going to stick this into a bag and let it sit for about 30 minutes before I do anything else to it. That's when I already see the bleach working. Hopefully, I hope it starts working. So I'm going to stick this in here, just hope for the best. And set this aside. Okay, we should probably have, you need some help? Yes, Ellie. I guess since we're standing up, it's considered a stand-up job. I know, it's so bad, but can I have some help with mine while you're waiting for you? Sure. What should I help with? Can you just, you scare me with like your elbow. You need to bend down a little. Kind of just, you want to cut it? Yeah. No. Teamwork makes the dream work. She said that a lot. It could have just been random moments. We were just watching TV and like, she throws something on the ground and somebody else goes to get it. She's like, teamwork makes the dream work. Scissors. No, I need this. Oh, sorry. Ugh. Goodness, I'm sweating. So I'm just doing a kind of different pattern. And that's starting to feel good. Anyway, I think I'm goodness gracious, that smell is so loud. I'll just set a timer. I'll just do that for like 15 more minutes. Try it again. Okay. Good thing is you want to do tape on a white shirt, so because you're going to tape the back of it, and if you have the a white shirt and tape, it's a lot easier to see through it and feel it. We're taping it hoping that it'll be like a good pattern, but we'll see.
I just want to say it, like, we both have different personalities up to where I'm doing more of like the traditional stuff and she's kind of doing outgoing. She's more doing like something new, something that's not necessarily traditional.
Something new, something blue.
Just kidding. Okay, ready? Yeah.
You put it a bit shorter.
Cut to the chase. Chase. So we may skip along of just the pattern. We may like speed this up just a little bit just because we don't want our video to be like 30 minutes long. I mean, after all, this is going to be like a 24-hour video of overall, not necessarily a video, just put on film. May I say that we are also using, Abigail's using cookie wraps. And she's using like a lid of some sort to put the cookie wraps on top so that whenever she puts in the dye, it won't necessarily go onto the trash bag so that it doesn't seep through the shirt and mess up the design. Okay, I love it. We are in a enclosed room with no like circulation, so we probably should be doing this with some air conditioning of some sort. So that's why we are sweating probably in this video. It is hot.
I am now going to try and tie-dye it with my paint brushes that I have over here. I'm going to paint it and it's probably going to be fast forward, so you can just kind of sit, chillax, and probably going to do fast forward.
And we're back. Boy, that did take a little bit longer than I expected, but hopefully in the long run it will be worth it.
Yeah. It turned out okay, so we're going to try to see what it looks like in the future. So what we did is we put it in Wal-Mart. We put it in a Wal-Mart bag. It's kind of like crinkled up a little bit, but try not to crinkle it too much. And we're going to let it sit for probably about 18 to 24 hours, and then we'll show you guys how it looks towards the end.
And now what I'm going to do with my shirt that I just bleached, with the crinkled one, I'm going to wash it out and then I'm going to dye it. Abigail, hopefully you will assist me with that one, and hopefully this will happen. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take your shirt out of the bag. You are going to take the rubber bands out and then wash it out in just a sink of some sort, and then I'm going to try to dye it.
And then after, are you going to show
Here,
us?
I'll show you, yeah, I'll show you guys what it looked like of the bleach.
She's going to show what it looks like after doing the bleach on it, and then after that we're going to show you how to do the other t-shirts we were doing.
Ugh. This is an automatic whiff of what in the world just happened here. Can I have a trash bag? Ugh.
Yes.
It's like burning my eyes.
Can I have a trash bag? Trash bag sewing cans.
Sorry.
So bad.
So bad. Okay, I may have gone a little overdue.
Oh wow, Kinley.
I think I need to wash this out first and then I'll show you guys the effect, okay? I'm going to go wash this out. And we will be right back. And we're back again. And I'll show you the kind of end results. I don't think I'm going to be dyeing this because I actually like it the way it is. Just I like it. I think it turned out actually a lot better than I thought it would. And I'm happy. And you also will see also when it is fully done of when it is actually on and so on and so forth.
So, with my tape one, we're going to just let it sit for a little while, and we're going to start on our other t-shirts while we are waiting for these two to finish up. So, yes. I'm going to put on my gloves, and I'm going to start working on my other one, which is a black shirt, which I'm going to bleach, and then I'm going to tie-dye it whenever it is dry.
She's going to get a down on me.
You're so sweet. I get you to hold all the sweets.
Jumbo. Yeah, what are the odds, like, the oxymorons, like a jumbo shrimp? Why did they make it a jumbo shrimp?
I'm going to spread mine out on here just because it is open. So you can kind of whether do it on a flat surface or you can do it over baking sheets.
We are bringing the bowl back out. It's back! And I'm going to do what we basically did last time and just damp it.
I'm going to take my gloves off for this process because I don't want my gloves wet. And then I'm going to do what she's doing.
We're basically just going to say everything that we do. No, I'm kidding.
Make sure you get nice and good.
Yeah, get every little crevice. Why is the color in it? Oh, it's coming up. Ah! Okay, you good?
No, I have to get it really good.
Okay. Well, I am doing what, as I said on the other video, I am doing also a swirl. So we'll see how that turns out. I really was happy with the other one. I really liked it. So we'll see how the swirl turns out. There's so many different methods to the swirl that I don't even know which one to do, but I'm going to go with just pinching apart, and I'm doing a middle one. So I'm just going to pinch it.
I am going to put my gloves back on, and I'm going to
dyeing or bleaching?
Bleaching.
Okay.
While she is doing her swirl, I spread mine out. You can either do it on flat surface or cookie sheets. I'm just going to try to cookie sheets to see how that will work out. And so what I'm going to do is I got the spritz bottle over here that has my bleach in it. And I'm going to spray it on the shirt in like a kind of a zigzag, kind of a slash pattern. I have it on string, so where it'll spritz out string, and I'm just kind of going to see how that works out. So Kinley, after using bleach on the other shirt, would you use more or less?
I would use just a little bit less than I did. I used a lot of bleach. It was decent. It was a good portion. It's just I would recommend just a little bit less. If you're wanting, the more bleach you add, the more white it'll be. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Now I am just going to do little tiny driplets so that way you get the little spacey thing.
I am doing 4 rubber bands on my t-shirt. I'm going to do 4 rubber bands in like the regular traditional kind of pizza square, triangles, things, whatever you want to call it, or at least attempt to try. As I said, there are so many different methods. It's a little bit overwhelming of how many different ways you can do this. I'm going to attempt to do pizza slices on me.
You actually have I'm going to do a little bit more, now that I can actually really see it, I'm just going to see the places where I think need a little more bleach in it. So just kind of, let's get here.
Okay, so I'm going to make sure that, hang on, let me get a trash bag. So you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triangles of, 8 triangles, which is 4 rubber bands, and I am going to attempt, I keep saying this word attempt because we have no idea what we're doing.
I'm going to flip mine so that way I just flip it into sync.
I'm going to make sure that hopefully the dots, the middles line up on both sides, just to, I don't know, hopefully help.
It's not good whenever somebody says,
uh-oh.
So, now that I've squirted mine to what I think, into the style that I like it, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes-ish.
While you're doing that, you can just watch me.
I'm going to let it sit for about 10 minutes-ish while McKinley works on her swirl. And I will see.
That's the positive thinking of that. Yeah. So For mine, there are so many different techniques to where some people just do the whole entire top. But I'm going to do every other square or every other triangle, however you want to put it. And beware, bleach is really strong. Be safe about it. Make sure you're getting plenty of oxygen because we don't want anybody passing out on us. Every other square. Not saying that you pass out, but it is always wise to have a little bit of flow of air on you while you are using bleach. Safety first. Yes. And slight delay. The battery accidentally died, and I think I accidentally did every like 2 squares, so I did here, here. So don't follow what I did, but yet try to follow what I did, and I'm just gonna hope for the best on this one. Okay, so I do this one.
What she's trying to say is she's doing every 2 squares.
I did a basically.
So what she's trying to say is she did it every 2 squares, where you can do like a pitter pattern or what kind you would like. She's just trying to do the swirl effect. So it's a little bit different, and we're going to see how that turns out. So
you're finished. So I finished on this one. I did every other square, and as you can tell, the color is coming out of this. I'm just going to put this in a bag.
And also, as you can tell, she's not using gloves. I do really recommend gloves. She just actually forgot them. But
I'm fine without them. Like, it's not hurting or anything. I mean, it's not like burn or anything.
I'm gonna be safe and sorry, so I would highly suggest gloves. But in the tie-dye kit that we got, it has gloves, rubber bands, dyes. I really like that because there are a lot of colors in it. So we're only using a few of them today, but I love it, and that's just it's just a great pack.
Okay. I put this in the bag for like 30 to 25 minutes to let it soak, and then what I did was I rinsed out the dye on the other one, or whatever you want to say. So I think we pretty much did everything we did except the bandanas. I've been wearing mine the whole time.
Why? What? So why me and hers are waiting or drying and stuff, we are going to let these dry, and while we're letting them dry, we're going to do the bandanas, which we are going to bleach. So
I'm wearing a white one, so I'm not going to bleach mine. Mine's just white, but I'm going to be as creative. The water.
You had mine all along. I was trying to find it. Sorry about that. So I'm gonna kind of spread mine out a little bit.
Bring back the bowl.
So you want, like the sound effect. You want to make sure you have a clean surface. So I'm just going to wipe off mine a little bit, so that way whatever dye is on here, most likely most likely get on the shirt. So I'm just gonna kind of clean it off a little bit. And then I am going to wet mine like I should have done a minute ago. Take my gloves off real quick. Wait. Ah! So I'm going to wet mine so that way the bleach will stay on.
So I don't honestly know what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to do the crinkle method on this one again, or I'm going to do a swirl. I'm just going to get creative. I'm going to do the method to where people like pinch and then it comes out of like a stripe. I say like a lot when I get nervous, but it's going to hopefully turn out to be kind of like a stripe.
I am going to
on the corners.
I'm going to try to do what I did with my other shirt with the bleach. Is what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of squish it on in a stripe position, and then kind of get hopefully a little spacey.
You want to make sure you have fine lines. Like I'm pinching it in just like little stripes, and it's kind of going in like a little half circle, and then I'm putting a couple of rubber bands on it. I'll show you guys what it looks like in just a second.
I am going to have mine folded, and we're going to see how that, I'm just going to have it folded once like that, and I'm going to spritz it, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same thing there. So I'm going to use this bleach bottle and use it on spritz mode. Then it's going to do.
I'm putting at least 3 rubber bands, kind of one going from the edge of mine to 1, 2, 3 to the corner.
Ooh, if you can see it, it's like changing. Sorry to interrupt.
It's changing right before your eyes. Oh, look away! No, I'm kidding. Look away, it's changing. So goofy.
Hey, you started it.
No, I'm goofy. I was talking. Yes, we're both goofy. Got it.
Just have in mind that it usually turns out different from what you were thinking.
Oh yeah, always different than what you had in your head.
Yeah, I'm just going to do little dots on here now so I can get kind of a space thing. So I'm doing stripes and then I'm doing little dots to get that space.
Now, you can use this bandana. You say banana, but...
I say banana, but I know what
I'm going to get rid of this. I should have gotten rid of that skin. Never mind. You can use this bandana for very... Oh. You can use this bandana for very different things. I think I said that right.
You did it!
You can use it for a mask, because this time is Corona time. And you can use it for a headband. You can use it this way. You can use it this way. I'm just going to say this way for everything. And yeah, get creative. How am I doing it?
So I'm doing mine. I just did squirts and stuff. So whenever I folded it, it seeped through a lot more than I thought it would. But I'm not hating it. It's like,
it's cute.
I think it's kind of cute. And I'm going to let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. Let the bleach fully sink in, and then I'm going to maybe tie-dye it a little bit after it's done sinking through. But I think my other tied shirt that I had waiting is almost done, so I'm going to start bringing that up. So I'm just going to fold this one up and let it sit right here for about 5 to 10 minutes while I start working on the other one.
Now, a lot of people like to use soda ash, which I believe that is supposed to be like, it's supposed to enhance the coloring and make it last longer, supposedly. But I have no idea. Do you need some help?
Yes.
I will be right back. So we had a little mishap. It was expected. Some dye accidentally spilled in the corner, so we just had to clean that up. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the crinkle method to where you do wrinkles throughout the corners. Yeah, you could say so.
So she's doing that, but whenever we spilled the tie-dye, we got all of it up, so it's totally fine. But whenever you are doing tie, just remember to always have paper towels and trash bags with you, so that way you're doing it safely. And now back to Michaela's new method.
I'm doing the crinkle method on each corner, and then not the crinkle method, but the corner where you,
a llama.
The type where you get, I don't know, you gotta make it into stripes. It's really hard to explain, sorry. I'm just basically kind of winging it, and then in the middle I'm gonna crinkle it, but in the corners I'm gonna do something random. Yeah.
And I am waiting for my handkerchief and my, or bandana, and my shirt to finish the bleaching process, which will probably be about 5 more minutes. So and that's it, so.
I'm dying!
No, we're tie-dyeing.
And we're back.
So I am letting mine dry, so it's now been dried for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to show it to you guys now. And so this is what it looks like, front and back. And then I'm going to go crinkle it out in the sink and wash it out a little bit.
By crinkle it out, she just made it wash it out.
Yeah, so I'm going to wash it out, and then I'm going to dye it. So I'm going to let Michaela show her.
Okay, so what I did with the bandana was I did the stripe method where you get pieces and just kind of go on from there, and then in the middle I scrunched it together. I'm sorry, I'm not explaining this very well, but my mind is just blank. It's either bleach or I'm just naturally blank in my head. And I'm just going to dye it. I'm going to choose 3 different colors. and you'll just see at the final product what colors I chose. And yeah,
voila. So we'll be back in a little bit after we're done doing the things we need to do.
that's a slight
I'm going to
break.
wash mine out. She's going to dye hers, I think, so we'll be right back. And we're back. So McKinley is going to be doing
I'm currently dyeing this.
dye.
Can we gotta stop?
Sorry. So she's doing the tie-dyeing, and mine, I just washed it out. So when you're washing it out, make sure to do over a sink and rinse it out until you can't see any more color. So that's what I did. Now I'm going to use yellow, purple, and blue. I'm just going to put it on the places where the bleach went through and kind of hopefully do kind of speed things. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Hi. McKinley, can you put some of that glue up there?
As you wish.
Thank you. Or can you give me a hand? So, I'm going to put this on.
Everything here except for the bleach stuff. The bleach stuff, as I said, 30 minutes, wait while the bleach soaks in, and then wash it, and then you can put it in the washer. And then for this, I'm going to let it, for everything that you use dye with, you're going to let it soak for at least 4 to 24 hours, somewhere in there. I have no idea. We're going to do around 18 hours. That's what we're going to do, just be safe and sorry. And Abigail,
I can't do fingers anymore.
after she bleached it, she washed it, and then now she's going to dye it. And we'll see how this turns out.
I'm going to use this blue tie-dye now to fill in the, like, where the bleach has taken control.
I do suggest wearing clothes that you do not care much for. I like this shirt. I didn't really think super hard about it, so I haven't dripped anything on it yet. No one thinks it. Is it still filming?
Yes. So I'm just putting it on. I'm just doing a little on the street.
Dye it. Now I'm really just randomly putting on colors. You could, I'm doing a lot of colors. I don't know, like no specific order. Just doing whatever I feel like.
Now I'm not really for sure how mine's going to turn out. I'm just kind of doing a little here, a little there. So
A little bit anyway.
I'm going to do a little bit of yellow.
Okay, so basically she's just dyeing it any way she wants to. Make sure while always bleaching, you kind of want to use a decent amount of dye so that it pretty much absorbs it. So make sure you use a decent amount of dye.
Okay, I'm going to switch to blue.
There's no specific way to tie-dye. You really just kind of got to have fun with it. Wing it.
Yeah. That's not
If there's anybody still watching, thank you. Hope you enjoy yourself.
So we are just going to turn off for a second and we'll show you guys the finishing product. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back. For us, it'll be a couple hours. For you, seconds. So
Yeah.
Be the right spot. And welcome back. We are done doing all of our tied stuff, and we're going to show you how all that turned out. So hopefully you guys will like it. I really like the ones. I really like how it turned out. So hope you guys like it. Before we show you all the results, tell a joke to kind of start it off. So
Kind of in theme.
yeah. So McKinley, would you like to tell the joke first? Yours?
Sure. So I drank all of my mom's food coloring, and I was fine, but I was dying inside.
Here's mine. I don't know if it's very good, but I like it. I hate colored pencils. I'd rather die before using them, but I'm done. Okay, yeah, was that
If you can't tell, we are in wrapping paper.
No, this is just what I wear all the time.
Ambiance and a little dramatic effect. So, would I like to go? Can I go first, or do you want me to go first?
You want me to rip it off you?
Yeah.
Or I want to open my present. I want to open my present up.
Okay, do it.
Right. Now Now this is a tie shirt that McKinley
Rip
did.
it off like a Band-Aid.
So,
Just do it.
and we will explain how she did it after we reveal it. So,
Just
3,
do it.
2, 1.
Yeah!
In the bag. Wow.
No, you're in the bag.
Oh yeah, I'm in the bag. I'm sorry. Wow, it looks really good. I feel like if you can see and look on her shirt, it kind of like has a flame effect, and I love it. I think it adds a really good amount of color to it. And now I'm going to let McKinley explain how she did this bam wham shirt.
See this wrapping paper? It's terrible. Okay, so I bleached this one. I did the swirl effect, and then I waited about, let me see, 20 hours. But I wouldn't recommend that. I would do it. I accidentally left it, but I think people normally do like 30 minutes, and then they wash it out and then put it in the washer. And bada bing, bada boom. Abigail, your turn. Up. Okay, jump top. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm free!
Nice job. See, this was I think it was well worth the time. It took a little bit longer than we expected.
A little bit, yeah.
Would you like to explain how this whole thing came to being?
So this was the first one I did. It was the tape one, so where you put the tape onto the shirt. While the shirt's dry, you put the tape onto it. And so then you paint it, where you can kind of do your own style to it. So I used tape and left it sitting out for a couple of hours, probably about, how many hours was it?
I don't know.
I think it was probably about 18 hours I left it out, and then I washed it in the sink, and then washed it in the washing machine normally, and the dryer. So I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. So, if I don't say so myself. But I think McKinley did a very good job on your shirt. I love it. I think it sounds like fire. Yeah. So, and if you can see, McKinley also has,
oh yeah, my bandana of how this turned out. This was kind of surprising. I didn't think it would turn out this way, but I can undo the unravel.
I love it. I think it has a very good, I love the corners. I feel like the corners are excellent.
It's pretty. Okay. And I think we will show you guys the next shirts in just a second. So
let us go change and be right back. And we're back. So
yeah.
We are showing 2 other shirts that we made. McKinley, the one she's wearing, she made, and the one I'm wearing, I made. And we're going to see your opinion on it and see if you like them. And so, McKinley,
I'll go first. What's poppin'? Okay.
I like it. I love
fancy. This was originally a dark blue, so I used a lot of bleach, and this is kind of what happened.
I like it.
I definitely dyed, or not dyed, since I didn't bleached, I guess.
It was never dyed.
I do recommend getting one size bigger than what you normally would get, but it works. Abigail?
I like it.
Now do yours.
It's very good. It's very...
Thank you.
Alright.
Yours. I don't know how I did that. Weird. Woo! Fancy! It looks like somebody just went shh and then like rainbowed it.
I like it. In my opinion, I think it looks like the floor at a roller skating rink.
At least the ones that we go to.
Yeah. So, what I did was I used... so I bleached it, and then I let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then I dyed where I bleached it, and then I let that sit overnight and a couple hours into the day. Probably let it sit for about 16 to 18 hours, and then I washed it out in the sink, and then I washed it in the washing machine and dryer, and this is how it turned out. So
it doesn't sound complicated at all.
I really like it. It is not really hard to make at all. So I would suggest it. It's a very fun craft to do.
Would you like to show them what happened to the t-shirt that we did together?
Okay, so the shirt we did together, we did at the very end. And so I'll just show it to you, and then we'll...
There's really almost no words to describe it. It's just... Here, can I hold it up to the camera? Whoa, okay.
This is not wearable.
This is what happens when you give teenagers chemicals. And I think we we like destroyed this, and this is also what happens when we do things together.
No,
I'm kidding.
This was by accident. So, McKinley, do you want to say what went wrong?
Okay, so I think what happened, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words. I think what happened was we accidentally left it in bleach for too long, and I added way too much bleach because this bleach is a more of a concentrate, so I'm ripping it as we speak. It was just awful. So I do recommend not leaving it in the bleach for super, super long. So yeah.
And make sure when you have bleach, it's not like the high concentrated one, but like if it is, add just a little bit of water in it, and it should not do that. So that was more of a fail, but
yes.
It's like we
learned from our mistakes.
Yeah, we learned from our mistakes. So we are about to leave, but I forgot to get something, so I will be right back. It's my last thing that I tie-dyed, and be right back. Stay tuned. We're back. And the last thing I was wanting to show you, I made it, and so it is this this headband beanie thing that, or not beanie, a headband that you can wear. So I dyed it, and then I let that sit for like a minute or two, and then I put some dye in it too. Then I left it out for about 16 to 18 hours. Then I washed it in the sink, and then I washed it in the washing machine on cold rinse normally, and then in the dryer normally too. And I really like it. I think it turned out pretty good.
It did.
So you can use it as a mask, or you can use it as a headband, or you can use it as like a little scarf. So I think that's very
Get creative with it.
Yeah. So I really like how it turned out, and you can see McKinley's wearing hers too. So,
well, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is our first video, so hopefully we did well. Please like if you liked this video, and the link for this will be down in the description. And yeah, and hopefully we'll be doing more craft videos in the future.
so
And don't forget to subscribe.
yeah, we were wanting.
No.
We're wanting to do more craft videos in the future, so please follow us if you would like to see more craft and stuff. This was a really fun project, and I would suggest to do it with friends and family. It's very fun, and it's so much fun to see how it turns out in the end. So before we leave, we'd like to tell you one more joke, just to leave out on a high note. Wrap it up. And just to leave it on a high note. So, Kinley, what do you call a boat that is tie-dyed?
What? What?
It's called Titanic. But I'm done. Please, I hope you like this video a lot, and if you'd like to watch us, we'll try to make more videos. So, thanks for tuning in. Bye!